Page 92. This is a theme from the New World Symphony. It's the theme. That's the Largo theme, a very famous melody. There are words to this. Somebody took the melody and added words and made a song out of it. But this is the original where the melody came from. I'd encourage you to go listen to the New World Symphony. Listen to the orchestras play it. Now, this is the last piece in the book, so congratulations if you made it this far. If you do not have a teacher, then I encourage you to go back through the book again, review everything. You need to know and remember everything before you go to book 2. Listen to all the lessons again, play through all the pieces again. Take your time with this to get through it. Get it where it's pretty solid in your head. And then you'll be ready to go through to the next book. Anyway, let's look at this Largo thingy. It's about 2 pages long, more or less. I think it's more or less than more, but okay. Treble bass clef, 4/4 time signature, and a bunch of dotted rhythms and whole notes and half notes. There are no sharps or flats anywhere, so I guess we're just using white keys here. The hands are playing at the same time, so I'm going to take it one hand at a time. The right hand, the third finger here, that puts your notes here. 1 and 2 and remember dotted rhythms. The quarter note gets a count. The dot, in this case, gets half a count. It's half a quarter. So the 8th note comes on the end of 2. 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 4. That's pretty much it. Left hand, when you started with G, hit together. It's like a chord, a triad, except we don't use the middle notes. So you don't always have to use the middle notes, except in piano, we really have to consider both hands. What are they doing? Well, if you take a look, the right hand's playing an E. It's playing that note. Remember I said you can rearrange the notes. It's still a triad. Well, duh, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then that G then is tied to the next measure and the 1 and 2. So much for that. Now measure 8, you're here, and then measure 9, you got to come up here. Don't have a lot of help for you on this one. I could suggest things, but it just makes it more complicated. Just going to lift up it. We're going from this position to this position. That's all. Here. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Because the left hand now gets the melody. And then I'll measure 16. You're here. You got 2 beats rest now to come back down here to finish it off. So once I have an idea what the hands are doing, I'll put them together here. 1 and 2. And then again, 1 and 2. And then here. 1. Oh, whoops, just that. So I'll put the hands together, and then I'll go back over maybe a line at a time or so and get rid of the hesitations. No hesitations. Then I add the articulation, and this is very connected. You can lift up for the phrasing between each. I think they're like 4 measure phrases here. So at the end of the first line here, you lift up here, but connect that. Because that leads into it. We want to connect it. But the right hand I can lift up, like taking a breath for the phrase. And then into the second line, well, the right hand doesn't play, so you lift up. It's a new phrase. Lift up for the phrases here. Otherwise, connect it. The curved lines they're showing, those are slurs. Those are not phrases, those are slurs. And remember, you don't always lift up before and after a slur. All a slur tells you to do is connect the notes within the slur. Now, once I have the articulation in, I add the dynamics, and it applies to the melody, wherever it is. Soft here, very soft. And then measure 9 here, moderately loud. About a moderately soft and soft. Now you're moderately soft because I changed. I came down. I'm going to stay there. It doesn't say anything, so I'm going to stay there at moderately soft for measure 13. moderately soft in the right hand, very soft here. Now, let me explain something else as far as interpreting goes. Different people will interpret it differently. Measures 11 and 12, you have that hairpin to come down because you've been moderately loud. You're going to come down. Well, I suggest, and some people would, is you simply stay there now. You've come down, you're there. Other people will say no, because there's another hairpin on measure 16. That means I got to come down some more. And if I'm going to do that, I don't want to be down too low already. So they will go back to measure 17 and play that moderately loud again. So that when they get to measure 16, they can come down to the soft. My problem with that is, if they really wanted you to be at moderately loud on measure 17, they would have put in an MF. They would have made it clear. So I'm suggesting in measure 17, you stay moderately soft there, or whatever, soft, yeah, moderately soft. And then you come down. Each one of those quarter notes a little softer. You get very soft there too, because now measure 17, you're moderately soft here. And ends it soft. It's better to get to know it well enough you can feel the dynamics. If you listen to the orchestras, you can hear what they do with the dynamics. Because it's like the first two lines. It just says soft. You don't have to stay exactly soft for 2 lines. You get a little louder and softer. I go here. Maybe I might put in a swell in there. If I felt it, I'd put it in. You're just staying within the soft area is all that means. And at measure 7 and 8, I might come down to soft, or very soft, whichever. And then measure 9, I'm at moderately loud. It's different ways of interpreting the music. There's different ways of feeling the music. How do you feel it? Remember the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, feel the natural accents. And then finally the speed, which is slow. This is a slow piece. And even on the articulation now, when I'm doing this, I'm connecting that. Connect. I can't connect the left hand, it's chords. So, but I'm connecting the right. I can lift up here because it's a chord. I'd connect it if I could. Connect the right hand. Like that. So you're lifting up in one hand, not the other. Good exercise. I missed it before, but be sure and do it, whether I said to or not. On measure 16, these notes lead into that. They lead into it, and when something leads into it, I suggest you connect it. So here, yeah. Don't go and separate them. No, please. It's leads, connect it, make it smooth. Let's play this together slowly. Well, almost the speed it goes, but a little slower, just to check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 4. There's a duet for this at the bottom of the page. I'd like to play that. I'm going to speed it up to the speed it should go, around 80. Now let's try it together. I need you to go up an octave again. So in the piano, just pretend the middle C rather than here is here. So instead of playing it here, play it up here. Play it all up here. 1, 2, ready, go.